It's almost 11:30 on Sunday night. I have to work tomorrow. That is to say, I need to be up and at it by 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm here doing this. Except I don't really have anything useful to offer, so I'm just going to be spending some time talking with all of you, which then means that you have to see. Okay, I didn't actually switch. Okay, whatever. You get to see my ugly face. And that's going to make everybody go away. Okay, so what's been going on and why am I doing this? Why did I miss the last, I think it's been 3 weeks since I did one of these live things? Well, the simple fact of the matter is I only like to do things when they are useful in some way, shape, or form. So it is that because I haven't had a lot of useful things to do in the last little while, I really just have not done a live stream. I got a bunch of computers that I've been working on. I've got a bunch of other things that I've been working on, but you're not really going to see a whole lot of things. I'd love to know how something like this happens. Really not quite understanding that. Of course, this cable's a piece of junk. Just finished importing a mini DV tape with a bunch of videos on it that I recorded today and yesterday. And I've got a high 8 tape sitting in the camera over there that needs to be imported. I have these various things that have footage on them because I've been using them, and that's all got to get edited. On top of that, I've also been editing storm videos. So, yeah. And the one that I'm on right now is the famous one that I'm sure everybody knows about. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying. I have my worst side facing the camera right now, but I'm trying to get something done here to try and move some video files over to the machine so I don't have to do it later, because I want this to be done. It's certainly taken a long time to do all of this. There's a lot more videos I still need to record. There's a lot of things, a lot of projects that need to get done that haven't been done yet. Computer things, other things. And the backlog for videos that I've got stretches all the way into, I think if I remember right, it's into July now. Maybe not quite. I know it stretches quite a ways back. I could check that. I have the videos page up right now. I can go ahead and give that a look. So, quite a bit, yeah. Lots of things that have been going on. I'm not so sure I like the positioning of this. It seems like it's a little too close. But if I move it back too far, then I don't know. Of course, I'm not flattering no matter how you look at it. So here's one thing. I'd love to know why this is not just simply not working. This monitor is probably a little bit too low. Too high for me. June 2nd, June 4th. I didn't even have to look at that. I could have just looked at this file here. It would have told me. Looks like, yeah, the beginning of June is pretty well taken up. So, yeah, quite the backlog of things. So, hopefully, I've been trying to cut back on the number of, stupid little videos that I make, because it's not really, like I said, I don't like to do things that are not worth doing, so to say. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to go and rattle off right now just the various computer projects I've been working on. Oh, actually, first, I have a couple of new cameras that you may well, most people probably already know about them. But the videos for these are not going to come out for a while. Hate having tripods in the way. This is one of them. See if you can guess what it is just based on the bag. 25th anniversary edition, it looks like, which isn't too bad. And it works. And then there's another one. Oh, I'm not even going to get that one out. That's on the bottom of that stack over there. Forget it. That ain't happening. But there's another Video 8 camera. That the camera audio quality is great, but the video quality out of it really isn't. And I don't know what it is. It's a Sony camera, and it looks just washed out. And I tried cleaning the lens. That didn't do anything. I tried running a cleaning tape through it. That didn't do anything. So I think that's just the way it records, which kind of sucks because otherwise it's a decent camera. Of course, it's not going to stop me from using it, but there's just one of the things I've been working on. Got my crushed grape here, which I expertly spilled on my shirt because I'm a genius. The new main rig, which you can see, well, we'll be able to see right now. This thing, that's doing good. Haven't had any issues with it. Haven't had another power supply failure in it. I did take that power supply apart, and like I predicted, there was one bad capacitor in it that I'm guessing is bringing the whole thing straight down to its knees. I don't know if I'm going to waste my time fixing it. I don't know if I care. I might fix it anyway, but I'm going to have to order the cap because I don't have it in my part stash at work. So that's going to cost me a little bit of money. Caps are cheap. Power supplies are not. So I'll probably fix it anyway, but I don't know. I don't know if I care enough, to be perfectly honest with you, because no matter how cheap caps are, going out to the store and buying a couple Molex to SATA adapters are, frankly, is just worth more of my time. So there's one thing. Because that thing, if I'm going to ever really use that for any useful purpose, I'm going to have to go through and do all of the caps. And I do not want to go through and do all the caps, because some of them are very difficult to get to. Wow, that was a lot of rambling over a simple little issue, and I hear somebody coming in here. No idea what that was all about, but anyway. Try and keep this quick. Well, mostly quick. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Varying computer projects that are going on right now. Nothing having to do with laptops, other than the fact that I have two new ones. There are two Dell Latitudes. There's a D520 and a D630, I think. Something like that. Yeah, that's what it is. I have uses for both of them. The D630 is another work machine that because I have a bunch of them that I cycle around for use at work. So I don't wear any one of them out. Because I do use them pretty heavily. The D520 is the one that I was going to use it as a test machine, but I think what I'm going to do is I have a netbook that's sitting in the basement right now that's doing the low-end radio automation stuff. I'm probably going to replace that because every week lately I have been going into it and trying to do little DJing things. It's not really DJing, it's just basically putting music into its cue to have it play. But it's not even really powerful enough to do that. So I'm gonna have to probably replace that with something a little bit more powerful. And that D520 would certainly be more powerful. Of course, anything would be more powerful than a Atom N270 CPU. So at least I think that's what it is. Again, I can check that right now. As long as I can actually log into it. So leave that. This tripod is the flimsiest thing on the planet. So let's see. I could show this off. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Well, I could hold the camera. That would always be something to do. So let's see. Let's try going into the menu. Which is, as you can see, taking forever. Okay, I'm gonna do the cop-out route. But there you can see it's running. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh. Wow, that's doing everything all at once. Typical. I didn't even need to do that. I have the system monitor already open. Wow, I'm a moron. Okay, let's see. System. Yep, N270. So, claims to be a dual core. That is not true. It is a single core, but I think it may actually have hyperthreading. So, that's why it shows up as a dual core. Okay, so that was a thing. And like I said, this thing is completely and unnecessarily flimsy. It'll probably fall over when I least expect it. So that was... Oops, didn't need to do that. I meant to log out of it. I've got a new stream encoder. Could probably have just picked the camera up and done this. Can I turn on the flash? Is that a thing? Yeah, here we go. Sitting down there. Put a new board in that. So that's going. You'll see videos of that. Other computer projects that are going on right now. I'm trying to think. What have I not made video or published videos of yet? I have a compact Presario sitting on the floor. That is a what? An S5000NX or something like that. It's just some crappy Celeron. Probably going to pull a board out of that and put a new board in it because I have an Intel board sitting downstairs that I'll probably put into that thing. Replace the board that's in it right now, which is bad capacitors. The Corel 386 needs a 5¼ inch floppy drive. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take the drive that's in it right now and try and fix it because I think it is fixable. I think it's just binding up on the cover. That HP D530, that thing's going bye-bye. I'm tired of looking at it. It's taking up valuable space right now. Doesn't work. Well, it does, but it's very marginal. There's bad capacitor. Every capacitor on that board is bad. And the one in particular is on the memory subsystem. So what happens is sometimes the system works, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, it gives... When it starts... It'll work for a little bit, and it doesn't work. It crashes with all kinds of memory management issues. So, there you go. I'm actually kind of tired. I probably shouldn't be doing this right now. Oh, man. But, so I have that. Let's see. The Northern Micro Spirit is in the closet right now. I've got that one planned for a big project. I might put a new board in that too, thinking about it, because it's got a Pentium 4 board in it right now that's really kind of a piece of junk. And I'd like to get rid of that. But for now, I'll just leave it alone. Put a video card in that, and I'm going to use that as a little home theater thing. So I can watch YouTube in my bed. That's pretty much what I'm going to do with it. The NEC Ready 9625, I'm going to probably be taking the SCSI board out of that, and the hard drive, of course, and putting that back into the Zenith 486, because I've got a full, sorry, not a full height, but a 5¼ inch SCSI drive sitting on that in a stack over there, and I'd like to use that in the Zenith, because the Zenith right now has a slot 5¼ inch bay blank in it right now that is not intended for the case, and it's basically scotch taped in there. So it's not really conducive to that. So I'm going to probably pull that out if it works. I don't know if it's going to work. And there's still, of course, the minor issue of the floppy controller not working in that thing. I'm going to have to fix that. The 286 needs a new 5¼ inch floppy drive, and I think I'm going to try adding a 3.5 I have a 3.5-inch drive sitting right here that I'm probably going to try adding to it if the controller is actually going to be conducive to having a 3.5-inch drive. It was not when I tested it last time. But there's a 5.25-inch drive sitting on my bed right now that I need to put into that. I'm not going to get to that tonight. Other than that, I don't know. I don't think there's been any big computer projects ongoing. Just the usual taking machines out, running updates, making sure they still work, making sure the batteries in them haven't started leaking, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's noteworthy. And I'll go over and start looking. Oh, yes, there is. I have a keyboard set here that will be getting a video. This is also for that home theater project. The deluxe wireless keyboard and mouse combo with all kinds of interesting English on it. That'll be getting a video. Let's see. What else? Probably going to be a video of this compact Presario. Or what was a Presario. It's got some other hardware in it right now. I'm going to probably make a video of that. Returning that thing to its former glory. Basically putting Windows Vista on it, which is, I'm sure, a fool's errand. I did get one more machine that I almost completely forgot about. I just happened to walk over here and notice it. So this will be getting a video. Oh, let's see if I can get it out of here without breaking everything. Small form factor machine, but it's fairly heavy when it's got all the hardware in it. Yeah, this thing right here. This is a, well, it was a Sierra Tech system, Core 2 Duo. It has a Core 2 Duo in it, but it is not the original CPU. This thing ended up in a scrap pile for reasons as yet unexplored. When I first powered it on, it was having issues with USB keyboards. Don't know what the deal was there, but that straightened itself out after I ranted about it. Again, not real sure why. Just that it did. And I'm not complaining, because if it's going to work with it, then it's going to work with it. So that's a thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, although I think that it's actually going to be replacing my compact Evo D510, because I've noticed the D510 will not boot without having a keyboard attached to it. And I don't know where I put that keyboard controller from that keyboard I destroyed. So maybe I'll put that there anyway, because that's a little bit newer, probably a little bit quieter, although the Evo is pretty quiet as well. And use the Evo for something else, like a syslog server or something along those lines. That's really the only use I've got for Pentium 4 based equipment anyway. But I was over here for a reason. I wanted to see if there were any other particular projects ongoing. And I don't think there is. No, not really. I got a couple of little minor server projects. The Presario 5000 is going to be getting a network card, and I'm going to be putting Windows 2000 on that. I'm not using it for the malware testing. I got other machines that I can use for that. What else is in there? The old family computer I've got in there, I'm going to turn that into some kind of a server, probably I'm not really sure yet. I might use it as a PF Sense machine, but I don't know. I think I'm going to use it as a PF Sense machine. Or I'll use the Evo D510 as a PF Sense machine. That could work. That Presario down there actually could work for it as well, the S5000NX, because it's got a wireless card in it. I didn't even notice that when I picked it up, but there's no antenna. But I think I've got a spare antenna sitting around here somewhere that I could use with it that was on a card that, well, let's just say it didn't, that card didn't work. So I got rid of that card. At least I think I got rid of the card. Maybe I still have the card in something else. I don't know what it would be, because the only desktop with wireless that I've got is the shuttle box, which is down there, and that came to me with a wireless card, so at least I think it came to me with a wireless card. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. So that's that. Other than that, really not much interesting. There are four systems at work, right, sitting at work right now that I've got to go through, and I'm thinking that some of them might end up coming here, maybe not, because I don't really have room or a need really to have them. Um, Probably not. At least a case though, one of the cases at least, because I've got that full tower or that 7 slot. What do they call that? Regular ATX, I believe. That regular ATX process board. I still have it sitting downstairs. I might as well put that into something. What else is getting the video? Other than that, I really don't know. I don't think there's much. Off the top of my head, no, there really isn't a whole lot. Well, yeah, no, the storm footage has been a big thing. I've been trying to go through that and edit that. I don't really have time to do any of these edit. I don't even have time to make videos anymore because I don't have my Fridays off anymore. I don't have Mondays off. I got a 5-day work week, and so the only days I get to do anything basically are Saturday and Sunday, and that time is taken up editing videos really. So I don't know. There really isn't a whole lot of ability for me to do a whole lot. So things just get long and drawn out, and by the time I actually publish a video, it's several months out of date, especially now because there's a backlog. But then I end up having to remake the video again, and it gets several months out of date by the time I get to doing that, and it's just a mess. So I've really just been trying to cut back on the number of videos that I've been producing so the backlog can just kind of shrink a little bit. Having a little bit of a backlog is fine, I don't mind that, but having a huge backlog is kind of a problem. So I don't want that anymore. I think one of my keyboards died. I had that, Keytronic, the Model M lookalike, in the studio, and I had a card reader. Let me see if I can. I know I still have it up here. I had a card reader in the new encoder machine. Here it is. This little card reader, little thing right here. It wasn't working, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. Well, I went to go use the CF card reader one night, and this magic smoke came out of this. And let me tell you, that stunk up pretty badly. Miraculously, I did not take out the USB controller on the motherboard, and I didn't even take out that USB header. But I think I took out my keyboard, because that keyboard no longer responds. I haven't tested it with any machines off the KVM switch, but when it was on the KVM switch, none of the machines responded to it. So that's too bad. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I could take the keyboard controller out of that, and if that Evo would pass the power on self-test with that dead keyboard controller plugged into it. That might be an idea. I didn't even think about that till now. Might have to do that, but I'm very curious if this still works. But I'm obviously not going to plug it into a machine I care about, and I need to have a system that's got the special little pigtail on it. So I know that the HP Pavilion A1320N, at least the case and the card reader out of it, is still in existence. So I'm going to try and get that back. I might get the whole system and perform experiments with it, not the least of which will include this card reader to see if it still works. I doubt it after it let the smoke out, but I can't find any components on this card reader that are blown up. So there's nothing obviously wrong with it. It just kind of stinks. Even now, it still stinks. So, yeah, there's one thing. if you're wondering what my plan is for the Presario S5000, I'm going to just use that as an experimental box, really. Because that's all it's really good for. It's like some crappy Celeron 400 megahertz front side bus thing. So, I may try to upgrade the CPU, but I don't even think it's really worth it because that board has bad capacitors. So, I mean, like, what's the point of really putting a whole lot of effort into doing any of that? Because the only tube of thermopaste I have is Arctic Silver 5, and it's almost out. And I'm not wasting my Arctic Silver 5 on a socket 478 Pentium 4 base system. Like a socket 478 system, it's not worth it. So, I did get this, though. This is a, well, you probably won't be able to read it, but this is an Athlon 2 X4 640, I believe. Yeah, it's 640. So that was cool. I have a stick of OCZ memory, which it's backwards, so you won't be able to read it, but it's DDR3 1333. It was a free stick, 2 gigs of it. It came to me on a board that I picked up out of scrap that turned out to be completely lifeless. So, oh well. I was hoping that would work, though, but I guess it didn't. Then I got a Pentium 4 CPU. It's some socket 478 thing. What is this? 2.8 gigahertz, 512s, probably a Northwood. If even that. But it's an 800 megahertz front side bus, so I think it would probably have to be a Northwood, if not a Prescott. It's a later one. That's all I know about it. Other than that, I've now spent about 30 minutes of your time. I'm sure I know nobody's watching it live. I'm sure nobody's going to watch the archive, but I'm really using this so I can get my lineup of videos corrected. And I noticed that a lot of people today apparently did live streams. So I thought, well, you know what? I've missed the last couple of weeks. Might as well do something, just talk to the camera. Because that was really what these whole live stream things were supposed to be in the first place. Just by talking to the camera. Oh, I almost forgot. I picked up a couple more hard drives. A pair of 1 terabyte serial ATA drives. I don't know, can you get IDE 1 terabyte drives? I don't think so. They're Seagates, unfortunately, but they're good drives. They were covered in white dust, which was probably asbestos. But cleaned them off. I'm still alive, so obviously didn't kill me yet. But tested them out. They got a lot of reads on the clock. Not a whole lot of hours. About 5,000 hours across both of them. Each, I should say. About roughly 5,000 hours each. Lots of writes, like petabytes worth of... Over 100 petabytes worth of writes and reads each. So they were probably used in cache servers. But I can't figure out why they were tossed, because other than a threshold exceeded condition on the temperature value, there's nothing wrong with them. No reallocated sectors or anything like that. So I figure at the very least they'll be good for spares. And I may even put one. I got an SSHD right now that picked up from the same pile. It was great when I put it in the machine, but now it's got bad sectors, so... Who knows? That might even end up being what happens to those. They might get bad sectors when I go ahead and put them into a machine. So, I'm trying to think about what else I need to do with regards to projects. I need to get slot blanks for that old compact Walmart case. My hair is just really not conducive to anything. I have a camera that I need to make a video of. I finally actually managed to order the media that it needs. So, we'll see if anybody can identify it just by my showing it like this. Of course, that's assuming anybody's actually watching this archive, which I bet they're not. So, let's see, what else? I have to take the DVD-ROM out of that HP before I get rid of it. Might even pull the CPU, too. Although my plan is to sell it and see if I can make a couple bucks off of it before I just consign it to the scrap heap. Um, what else? I'm sure there's other things that I've forgotten about. The Corel. Oh, I need to get the sound card working in the Corel 386. That looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun because it's a plug and play card, and the BIOS is not plug and play. So, hooray! Probably going to change that card. Actually, to be honest with you, maybe not, because the only other ISA card I've got laying around is an SB32, and that's a piece of crap. So, probably not going to bother. I'd rather have the SB16. So, there's one thing. What else? I'm sure there were other things I needed to do. Oh, yeah, I was going to grab that and show that to all of you. I might give it a separate video, just so I can, ask for a little bit of assistance, because I've never seen one of these before, other than this one. It's a little notebook computer, you can see here, but it's very interesting. Take a quick, close little look at it. This will probably be the last thing that I do, although I can't guarantee it. You can see it's a Zenith Data Systems. That's what I paid for it. Not much. Notebook computer. There's the model, if it will focus on it. There we go. It's missing a door here, which kind of sucks. But there's all the pertinent information. It looks like it's a single input voltage, 12 volts DC, but the issue is I didn't get the power supply, and it is definitely a non-standard power connector. But this is a very early laptop. In fact, I'm certain that it's a 486. And it may not even be anything fancy in the 486 lineup. But it looks pretty good. It looks like it's in good shape. I'd love to get it running. I have no idea if it works. So, that's definitely going to need some help. Probably make a video about that and see if anybody actually has any information. Maybe about the pinout. That'd be about all I need. I don't really care to find another power supply, spend some money, unless somebody's got one that they're willing to get rid of. I saw something flash over here, and I don't know what it was. Might have just been reflection off of a DVD. Whatever. Let's see. Other projects that are ongoing. Not really. No, there really just isn't much that's going on. I've tried to take it a little easy in the recent past weeks. And of course, I'm busy with work, so there's one thing. Really busy with work. iMac G3 600 is probably going to come out. I may just sell that too, because I have no use for it whatsoever. I mean, I'd like to keep it because it's got FireWire and all that on it. It's a pretty decent machine. In fact, it's one of a kind, I think, because if I remember right, Apple never actually offered the indigo color with the 600 megahertz board in it. So, very unique. That's really the only reason why I'm hanging on to it, because it doesn't work very well. And it's in really bad physical shape. It's had things that have fallen on it, and the plastic is all cracking, so really not worth investing a lot of time in. But I think I'm going to try and maybe give one last chance to put Linux on that. Maybe I just won't even bother. I did upgrade the RAM, though. It's got 1 gig of RAMs even now. It had 768 before. And that was how it came to me. Trying to think. What else have I done in recent times? Really not a whole lot. At least not that's worth talking about. But the Storm video that I've just now got to edit is from the 21st of September. And that was the storm that produced the tornado that rolled through the city. The couple of tornadoes that rolled through the city. So That'll be interesting. That's got some power outage footage along with it. I haven't decided if I'm going to upload that power outage video or the sneak peek, so to say, first, because it's got the power outage video along with it, or if I'm going to wait and upload all of the video. I haven't yet decided how I'm going to do that. The other thing, too, is I've got easily like 30 or 40 malware test videos that need to be scheduled, need to be, make sure that they're actually decent videos, and then they need to be scheduled for upload. So, all of that needs to be a thing. I think that's really going to wrap it up. I was going to see if I could squeeze an hour into this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze an hour's worth of stuff into this. And I'm sure that if I run it up to an hour, nobody's going to watch it. So, that is it. I have nothing else for you.